Thistle was a shy rabbit. He often found comfort in the quiet corners of the meadow where he could be alone with his thoughts. The meadow was his sanctuary, a place where he felt safe and at peace. He lived in a big meadow, surrounded by tall grasses and colorful wildflowers. The meadow stretched as far as the eye could see, a vast expanse of green and gold. Thistle liked to hop and twitch his nose. He would spend hours exploring the meadow, hopping from one patch of grass to another, always curious about what he might find. He liked to be alone. The solitude of the meadow allowed him to think and dream. He would sit in the sun, feeling the warmth on his fur, and imagine all sorts of adventures.
The meadow was peaceful. Thistle watched the butterflies flutter by, their delicate wings catching the sunlight. He loved the way they danced through the air, so free and graceful. He listened to the birds sing. Their songs filled the air with a sweet melody, a symphony of nature that made the meadow feel even more magical. It was nice and quiet. The gentle rustle of the leaves, the soft buzz of insects, and the distant hum of the wind created a soothing background noise that Thistle found incredibly calming.
One day, Thistle heard a noise. It was different from the usual sounds of the meadow, something unfamiliar and intriguing. It was a strange sound. Thistle was curious. He had never heard anything like it before, and his curiosity got the better of him. He hopped closer to see. With each hop, the sound grew louder, and Thistle's excitement grew. What could it be? He had to find out.
A fox was trapped. He was stuck under a log. The other animals were trying to help, but they were making a mess.
Push harder.
Pull it up!
Everyone was talking, nobody was listening. The log wouldn't budge. Thistle watched from a distance. He felt scared, but he also felt sad for the fox. Thistle knew he had to do something. Thistle hopped a little closer, his heart pounding with a mix of excitement and nervousness. He had been thinking about this idea for a while now, and he knew it was time to share it with the others. He took a deep breath and said, "Everyone, I have something important to say."
Maybe we should all listen to each other? I think if we really pay attention to what everyone has to say, we can come up with better solutions to our problems.
The other animals stopped talking. They looked at Thistle, their curiosity piqued by his unexpected suggestion.
What do you mean, Thistle? How can listening help us?
If we listen, we can understand each other's needs and perspectives. This way, we can work together more effectively and find ways to help each other. For example, we can help the fox find food without endangering ourselves. We can help the fox by sharing our resources and looking out for one another. Together, we can create a safer and more supportive community.
The animals thought about Thistle's words. They had never considered the power of listening and cooperation before. They realized he was right. By listening to each other, they could solve problems more effectively and create a harmonious environment. They had been so busy talking they hadn't stopped to listen. From that day on, the animals made a pact to always listen first and speak second, ensuring that everyone's voice was heard and valued.
Okay, let's listen to each other.
The animals started talking again. This time they listened carefully. They decided to dig under the log. The badger dug with his strong claws. The squirrel moved the dirt away. Finally, the log moved.
The fox was free.
Thank you so much for your help.
Everyone was happy, especially Thistle. He had found his voice. From that day on, Thistle wasn't shy anymore. He had discovered a newfound confidence that changed his life forever. No longer did he hide in the shadows or avoid the company of others. Instead, he embraced the joy of being part of a community. He learned that talking and listening were important. It wasn't just about speaking his mind, but also about understanding others. Thistle realized that every animal had a story to tell, and each story was worth hearing. It helped everyone get along. The meadow became a place of harmony and mutual respect. Animals who once barely acknowledged each other now played and worked together, creating a vibrant and supportive community.
I think we should start hosting gatherings in the meadow. These gatherings could be a time for everyone to share their thoughts, ideas, and dreams. It would be a way to strengthen our bonds and ensure that everyone feels heard and valued.
Animals would come from all around. They traveled from near and far, eager to be part of something special. The gatherings became a highlight of their lives, a time to reconnect and celebrate their community. They would talk and listen to each other. These conversations were filled with laughter, wisdom, and sometimes even tears. It was a safe space where everyone could express themselves freely. They shared stories and made new friends. The gatherings were not just about serious discussions. They were also about fun and friendship. Animals played games, shared meals, and created memories that would last a lifetime.
The meadow is such a happy place now, thanks to Thistle. His initiative brought a sense of unity and joy that transformed the meadow into a haven of happiness and camaraderie.
He showed everyone the power of communication. Thistle's actions demonstrated that when we take the time to listen and understand each other, we can create a world where everyone feels valued and connected. And that made all the difference. The meadow was no longer just a place to live. It was a thriving community where every animal felt a sense of belonging and purpose.